What we are going to do in this lecture is we are going to continue with AS12. It is accounting for government grants. So what we have done in first part is, if we have received government grant, how to do accounting of that particular thing. What we are going to learn in part 2 is, if some of the condition attached to government grant are not satisfied, if due to some reason you need to refund that government grant, government orders you to refund that particular grant, it happens n numbers of times at n numbers of places, that the conditions are not satisfied, some of the prerequisites given by government are not satisfied, and government demands grant back, and the enterprise will have to refund the government grant. What we are going to do in second part is, we are going to learn accounting of this refund of government grant. For learning how to account for refund of government grant, excuse me, we need to understand how to account for government grant. How we do accounting? We have done three types of grant. If the government grant is of depreciable asset, if the government grant is of non-depreciable asset, if government grant is a revenue grant. If government grant is revenue. How we record it? So with this black color pen, we are going to understand how we record this grant. That is revision of part number 1. Is it alright? If it is depreciable asset, we either reduce it from cost, or we write it as deferred income in liability side, and in phase manner we write this particular account in profit and loss account. As far as non-depreciable asset is concerned, we were transferring it to capital reserve, or again deferred income. Correct. If it was revenue grant, practically we were crediting it to P&L account, or we were reducing it from cost. Under both the cases, ultimately it was written in P&L account. And try to understand, we did one example where the revenue grant was received lump sum. Even if it was a salary of a scientist of 5 years, we have received it lump sum. What we do, we transferred it to deferred income account. Alright. So what is this? This is accounting of government grant under various situations that we have already learned. The question arises, if there is refund of government grant in any of the case, in any of these three cases, if there is a refund of government grant, first you need to decide, or you need to understand how you have recorded that government grant when it was received. Then only you can give effect of refund of government grant. If you don't understand, or if you don't know how it was recorded, you can never record the refund. So first you need to understand how it was recorded. And what we are going to do is, we will be understanding in each case, if there is a refund, how to record that particular item. So if there was reduction in cost and if the government grant was refunded, what to do? Then we will have to increase cost the cost and depreciation will be provided prospectively. What is the meaning of prospectively? Is the refund will be given, the depreciation will be provided from future onwards. Nothing will be changing in past. Is it all right? So you will not be changing any depreciation figure in past years. Whatever changes you are going to make, you are going to make in future. Is it all right? Depreciation prospectively in remaining life of asset. This will be how you will record a refund of government grant. If it was reduced from the cost, whenever the grant is refunded, now it will be added to the cost. Try to concentrate. When there was a received of government grant, which is the account affected? Bank account debit 2. And this all solutions gives you answer which account is to be credited. All right. Now there is a refund of government grant, so it will be to bank. So all solutions will be which account is to be debited. Try to understand. Increase the cost means which account is to be debited? Fixed asset, the depreciable asset account is to be debited. Is correct. If the grant was deferred income, treated as deferred income, then how to record it? Try to concentrate. If it was deferred income, there are two possibilities. There is some credit balance in deferred income account that should be debited. What should be debited? Deferred income to the extent of balance. And if there is some more excess figure, it will be debited to profit and loss account if there is any excess. That's right. No need to transfer to any capital account. It will be directly transferred to profit and loss account. What does it mean to say? Try to concentrate. I have refunded the grant, say 100. Which account will be debited? Deferred income account. Now, deferred income account was only 40. The balance was only 40. Other things were written in P&L account. So, remaining figure will be written in profit and loss account. Sorry. So, this is if the account was created by deferred income. Sorry. Refund of government grant, if it was credited to capital reserve, very simple, then it will be debited even to capital reserve. Majority of times this grant is not refunded because they are without any conditions. But due to some reason you have credited it to capital reserve and the grant is refunded, it will be debited to capital reserve. Deferred income, always the answer will remain like this. Alright. How it will be recorded? If it was recorded as deferred income, first it will be debited to deferred income to the extent there is a balance, debited to P&L account any excess. This will always remain same when the it was credited to deferred income. Sorry. So deferred income, the same thing which was over here will be over. Revenue grant. If you didn't do that particular expenditure and the grant was refunded, it was credited to which account when it was received? P&L account. It will be debited to profit and loss account. All right. If it was deferred income, it was received lump sum and it was deferred income, again the answer will remain same. I should have changed the color. Debited to profit and loss account. Sorry. Again the answer would remain same. Debit deferred income to the extent there is a balance, and debit profit and loss account of any balancing figure. So these three are same. There is no difference in these three. In all three, ultimately the answer is remaining same. Is it all right? So government grant, how it is recorded, we have understood in part 1. Refund of government grant in this particular lecture, if it was reduced from cost, it will be increased to cost. Depreciation will be provided prospectively to remaining life of an asset. If it was deferred income, whatever is the balance in the deferred income, first it will be closed, the remaining will be transferred to P&L account. If it was credited to capital reserve, if there is a refund, now it will be debited to capital reserve. Deferred income, same answer. If it was credited to P&L account, now it will be debited to profit and loss account. So this portion is nothing but a refund of government grant. All 6 points are nothing but refund of government grant. That's all. We are doing some of the questions which are related to refund of government grant. We are going to question number 38. All right. M Limited applied for a government grant for a purchase of special machinery costing rupees 80 lakhs. Machinery is costing 80 lakhs. And grant was for 30 lakhs. Government grant was 30 lakhs. The machinery has a useful life of 10 years. And follows SLM depreciation. The grant was promptly received, but certain conditions regarding productions were attached to it. 4 years later, an amount of only 4 lakh rupees becomes refundable. Story. So, after 4 years, government grant is to be refunded of 4 lakhs. Since the company didn't adhere to the conditions imposed earlier. Explained the accounting treatment. Now, we don't know how government grant was recorded. So, I will be giving twofold answers. If government grant initially was recorded by reducing cost, all right, then how you might have recorded for first 4 years? Try to concentrate. What is the cost? 80 lakhs. You have reduced government grant 30 lakhs from the cost. What will be net cost? 50 lakhs. For how many years you might have provided depreciation? 10 years. So by SLM method, the depreciation per annum will be 5 lakhs. Is it all right? So what will be depreciation for 4 years? Because something is happening after 4 years. Depreciation for 4 years will be 5 lakhs into 4. That is 20 lakhs. What is WDV after 4 years? Is 30 lakhs. Is it all right? Now there is a refund of government grant. Refund will be added to cost. How much was refund? 4 lakh rupees. Then it will be added to cost. What will be new written down value will be 34 lakhs. Sir, what journal entry will be passed? Machinery account debit to bank. You will have to refund 4 lakh rupees. You will be debiting machinery by 4 lakhs rupees. So your written down value will increase. It's all right. Try to understand new depreciation. 5th year depreciation. You will still follow SLM method. But what is your WDV? 34 lakhs. How many years are still pending? 6. How many years are still pending is 6. 4 years have passed. Useful life is 10 years. 6 years are pending. So your new depreciation will be 34 divided by 6. That is 5.67 lakhs. Alright. So 5.611 lakhs will be depreciation per annum from which year? 5th year, and you will be recording the refund of grant. Start. Second point. If government grant was initially recognized as income, which income? Deferred income. Start. Then what? Try to concentrate. Cost is 80 lakhs. Depreciation for 4 years will be 8 lakhs every year, so 32 lakhs. Alright. Government grant is treated separately. Is it alright? So your WDV after 4 years would be 48 lakhs. Alright. Try to concentrate. The refund of government grant, what will be added to the cost? It was not reduced from cost, so now it will not be added to the cost. What will remain WDV? 48 lakhs. What will be depreciation from 5th year? Will still remain 8 lakhs. What will be WDV after 5th year? Is of 40 lakhs. So depreciation will continue. Depreciation will remain same. Sir, then where will be difference? This government grant of 30 lakhs will be credited to deferred income when it was recorded. Will be spread over 10 years. So every year 3 lakhs rupees you would be transferring every year 3 lakhs to P&L account. So how much might be transferred to P&L account in 4 years? Every year 3 lakhs, so 12 lakhs would have been transferred to P&L account in 4 years. So what would be balance in this account is 18 lakhs. How much grant you have refunded is only 4 lakhs. You are having 18 lakhs in this deferred account. Whatever is the balance should be debited from this deferred account minus government grant refunded. How much? 4 lakh. What will be new balance? 14 lakhs. New balance of deferred account. Alright. Which journal entry will be passed at this point of time? Try to concentrate. To bank, because you are refunding the grant. Alright. Deferred income, which was a liability, now it will decrease because it is debited. It will decrease by how much rupees? 4 lakhs rupees. So I have subtracted 4 lakhs over here. What is the new balance of deferred income? Is 14 lakhs. Try to understand, will this be transferred to P&L account? Yes. From 6th year onwards, from 5th year onwards, instead of 3 lakhs, now what will be transferred to P&L account is 14 lakhs divided by 6. Alright, this will be 14 divided by 6. It is 2.33. Per annum will be transferred to P&L. What was first transferred to P&L account every year? 3 lakhs. From now onwards, from 5th year onwards, what will be transferred to P&L account is 2.33 lakhs, and this portion is nothing but a refund of government grant. If you know the chart, it is ultimately refund of government grant. All right. Try to concentrate. Whenever it is debited to P&L account, this year it is not debited to P&L account at any stage. Is it all right? These are deferred income. Every year it will be credited to P&L account. Instead of 3 lakhs, now what will be credited to P&L account is 2.30. Is it all right? Believe me, in both the scenario, when you are recording, the effect in P&L account is same. Again, the effect in P&L account will also be same. Is it all right? Believe me. Is it all right? What is depreciation from now onwards? 8 lakhs. Is it all right? I'm explaining you this. Is it all right? What is depreciation? 8 lakhs. What is credited to P&L account every year now? 2.33 lakhs. This is credited, this is debited. What is net credit? Net debit. It is 8 minus 2.33. 8 minus 2.33, which is nothing but 5.67. It will match with this figure. So net effect in P&L account is going to remain same. Net effect in P&L account is going to remain same. Is it under both the circumstances? But the thing is that this is how refund of government grant is recorded. Is it all right? We are going to another question, which is 39. A fixed asset is purchased at 20 lakhs. Grant received 8 lakhs. Residual value is 4 lakhs. And useful life is 4 years. Assume SLM, asset is shown net of grant. So government grant was reduced from cost. After 1 year, the grant becomes refundable to the extent of 5 lakhs. Government grant refundable after 1 year, amount is 5 lakhs. Due to non-compliance with condition, pass journal entries. I am passing the journal entries first for recording of grant. Sorry. First, machinery account debit to bank 20 lakhs rupees because you have purchased at 20 lakhs. Government grant received is 8 lakhs. Bank account debit 8 lakhs to machinery 8 lakhs. Machinery value is reduced to 12 lakhs rupees. That's correct. First year depreciation. Depreciation account debit to machinery. How much will be depreciation? Let me do the calculation. 20 minus 8 lakhs. This is my depreciable amount. Scrap value is 4 lakhs divided by 4. So this is 20 minus 12 minus 4, 8 divided by 4 is. So depreciation every year will be 2 lakhs. Now what is the written down value right now is 18 lakhs rupees. It is 18 lakhs. Sorry, it is not 18 lakhs. It is 12 minus 2. That is 10 lakhs rupees. Sorry. So how the grant was recorded? Cost was 20 minus government grant was 8. So it was 12. Depreciation for first year is 2. So right now value is 10. Let us go to the refund. First we have refunded 5 lakhs rupees to bank 5 lakhs. As it was reduced from the cost, now it will be increased to the cost. Machinery account debit 5 lakhs plus 5 lakhs. It is coming to 15 lakhs. This will be beginning of first year. Beginning of second year. Second year end. You will be again providing depreciation. Depreciation to machinery. Try to understand what will be amount of depreciation. What is your now WDV? 15 lakhs. Your scrap value is not changing, minus 4 lakhs. Useful life. Next useful life is now only 3 years. Is it correct? This is 11 lakhs divided by 3, which is nothing but 3,66,667 rupees. Will be depreciation from next 3,66,667. 3,66,667. If someone asks me which is the journal entry for refund, is only this. Machinery to bank. That is how you record. This is nothing but a prospective effect given of depreciation. Now your book value is changing, so amount of depreciation will change. Is it all right? This is nothing but how you will record government grant whenever the fixed assets are involved. Is it all depreciable assets are involved? We are going to question number 40, which is of revenue grant. Start. Swayambhu Limited received a revenue grant from the state government amounting to 45 lakhs. It is a revenue government grant of 45 lakhs. During the last accounting year, the grant was subject to certain conditions to be fulfilled by the company over 9 years period. There are some conditions for 9 years. During the current accounting year, the entire amount of 45 lakhs became refundable, as the conditions attached to it could not be fulfilled. What is the refund of government grant is also 45 lakhs, as the conditions attached to it could not be fulfilled. The company has already recognized rupees 5 lakhs in P&L account. Sir, we have received 45 lakhs. How we have credited only 5 lakhs in P&L account? I'll explain you. The company wants to write off 45 lakhs being the government grant refundable over the period of 5 years. This is what company suggests. We will write 45 lakhs in 5 years, that is 9 lakhs every year for the period of, will suggest whether company can do as per yes 12 or not. First try to understand when the government grant is received. Even if not given directly, you need to understand there are conditions for 9 years. So it should be spread over 9 years and cannot be credited to P&L account in first year itself. So this is the journal entry which is passed. Bank account debit to deferred revenue government grant. How much? 45 lakhs. In first year, this is already passed. You have credited deferred revenue government grant 5 lakhs to profit and loss account 5 lakhs. Do you understand? During first year, you have transferred 5 lakhs rupees to P&L account. Is the 5 lakh rupees amount correct? Yes. How much you have received? 45. How many years conditions are there? 9 years. So every year what you should transfer to P&L account is 5 lakhs. Is it all? Now there is a refund. At the end of first year, there is a refund. Is it all? To bank, what amount is refunded? 45 lakhs. Is it all right? What does accounting standard says? Whatever is the balance in deferred revenue account, what is the balance in deferred revenue account? Is 45 minus 5. It was credited by 45. It was debited by 5. So there is a credit balance of 40 lakhs. First, you need to debit that balance. Is it all right? We have learned this? Yes. Anyway, revenue over here. First, what should be debited? Deferred income to the extent there is a balance. What is the balance in this account? 40 lakhs. What should be debited? Deferred revenue government grant. With how much money? 40 lakhs. Believe me, deferred revenue government grant will be closed. It cannot remain open because the grant is refunded. Is it all right? Now there is no owner's fund or there is no capital in a form of government grant. Is it all right? But this is 45 lakhs. What will be debited is a profit and loss account. By how much rupees? 5 lakhs. This is suggested by AS 12. One more thing suggested by AS 12 which I have not told you. Whenever something is debited to profit and loss account under the head of refund of government grant, it should be treated as extraordinary item. What is extraordinary item? Try to understand. It will be covered under AS 5. It should be reported separately. So you cannot merge it with other expenditure. It should be visible separately that these are not ordinary items, repeatable items, but they are extraordinary items. Is it all right? So it should, whenever there is a debit in P&L account due to refund of government grant, this will be treated as extraordinary item. How to report extraordinary item? What are extraordinary item? That you will be learning in AS5, but right now understand it should be reported separately. Is it all right? So the company's contention that I want to now refund right over. So bank account debit, what will be debited? Refund of government grant by 45 lakhs rupees. And every year 5 lakhs rupees will be debited to P&L account. The 9 lakhs rupees will be debited to P&L account for the period of 5 years. Can this be done? The answer is no. Contention of company is incorrect. As per AS 12, this is not permitted. You need to do this. Whatever is deferred revenue, you need to debit it to the extent there is a balance. Remaining should be transferred to P&L account. You cannot defer that recognition. Even what company is saying is against AS1 also, because conservatism concept will not be followed. The expenditure which you know has already happened should be written off immediately. You have also paid it, so it should be recorded immediately. So even this 40 lakhs cannot be deferred, even this 5 lakhs. 40 lakhs cannot be deferred. It is an income which you have recorded on liability side of balance sheet, now not receivable, or which is received and you have paid back. So it should be debited to the extent there is a balance, and the balance should be made as 0. Ultimately, what company is saying, we cannot do it. Sorry, we need to write down this journal entry as per AS 12. Write down some of the homework. It is question number 50. Question number 48 and 50. 50 is most important. You need to follow it. Disclosure as per AS 12. Just a theoretical concept. Disclosure requirement in AS. Number 1, accounting policy for recording government grant should be disclosed. Nature and extent of government grant recognized should be disclosed. So if you are recording a government grant of 60 crores which is received or not received, you need to give that fact in a disclosure that we have recorded 60 lakhs rupees of government grant. All right. And whenever there is a refund, you need to disclose that also. All right. Question number 50, as I told you, is most important as far as your homework portion is concerned.